Who am I? Where am I? Helping those flunkers get some points. My chest hurts. Could it be that I've traveled through time? Chingsha, you dare steal my rainbow glass marble. I spent 300 years collecting it. Nonsense. I saw it first in the mud. Finders keepers. Shameless old red hair. 9 heavens and 10 lands. I rule alone. Fiery flames, burning stars. World-destroying extreme split. Behold my eternal frost ice soul divine light. Spitting technique. This is what cultivation is. I've been chanting Wangsun dialogue for half my life. Are you telling me this is the top combat power here? This black divine beast is so mighty. It can move crumbs 3 times its size. Must be a baby ancient devourer beast. Just a regular black ant. That's my food crumbs. You actually recognize this kind of beast? You must be the legendary know-it-all genius. Teaching master system activated. Correcting Su Linger's species knowledge. Awarding foundation establishment cultivation. Alright, whatever. No way back anyway. Staying alive comes first. Young lady, watch closely. This is its name. 6 legs. Split head. Using chest and belly to move crumbs is instinct. Wow, so it's not a divine beast. I get it, Muzi. I get it now. I feel my intelligence skyrocketing. Evolution complete. Student Su Linger has learned literacy language. Hosts cultivation feedback to main unit, 7-3 level. So these idiots' cultivation comes from IQ? In that case, then I, Shen, will hold a never-before-seen literacy class in this immortal realm. An unprecedented literacy camp. Linger says there's a teacher here. He can make people smarter. What's smart? Can you eat it? I've been cultivating for 800 years. I already understand heaven and earth. Shen Yao, you're the professor. You have professional ethics. These people are your bread and butter. They're your experience. Come in, all of you. Today is the first class. No cultivation techniques. Just arithmetic. If your left hand has a spirit stone, and your right hand also has one, how many do you have together? That long thing.
Teacher.
Is this the legendary yin-yang fusion technique? 2 spirit stones collide. Wouldn't that create a void collapse? Nah, just more stones. Watch my fingers. 1, 2. Two is actually 2. I've been stuck at nascent soul for 300 years. Never knew what comes after 1. Turns out it's 2. Teacher is truly divine. Creation successful. 3 cultivators mastered basic math. Hosts cultivation sealed at foundation establishment level 9. Don't be so surprised. The beauty of math is in logic. Next class, what's 2-1? Teacher is amazing. Let's slowly digest this too. Who are you, demon? Daring to spread evil magic here. Linger as a Sengsis. How could you follow this powerless mortal's nonsense? What ant? Ruining the immortal realm foundation. Fire cloud, uncle. You're so dumb. Teacher's lessons are way better than your fire-spitting sword. Oh, I'm so mad. You little brat. Death blaze world-destroying fireball. To make fire, you need oxygen and fuel and ignition temperature. Your fireball is just stacked with spiritual energy. It's fake. Why am I kneeling? Why did my fireball fizzle out? Fire cloud, let me ask you. Water puts out fire. Do you know why? Which one is stronger? Bear. Because water cuts off oxygen and cools it down. You have all that power, but don't even know how fire works. I see fire wasn't summoned by me. It was transformed. Teacher, disciple bows to you. Enlightened one. Cultivator at de-transformation stage. Host gains crazy cultivation boost from physics knowledge. Advanced to gold core level 1. The sky of this immortal world seems covered in fog for ages. From now on, Wantu Ridge will be renamed Holy Land of Knowledge. Come quick, check it out. Someone is attacking in public. The wise say a city's greatness is about rationality. There's lots of spiritual power here, but it's like a pot of messy porridge. Linger. Why is entering the city so slow? Teacher, I know. Because that chubby guy from the 7 Immortals wants to squeeze in, and that thin guy pulling the train also wants in. Now they're stuck together, sticking their tongues out at each other. Without etiquette, there's no foundation. Looks like the city lord of Qingfeng City should pay tuition too. Can't count? Blame me, really? You two underachievers, quiet. Entering the city, keep left in, right out. No crossing boundaries. This is a traffic rule. What's that mean? Traffic? Just draw a line on the ground. Walk in on the left. Walk out on the right. Follow the line, and you won't get kicked by a crane. Teacher is a genius. He can just draw a line and make everyone follow. Must be an ancient guiding array. Go invite this array master to our house. Master, my cultivation has stalled lately. Feels like sitting on this horse wobbling. Can't meditate. Why does this horse always want to throw me off? Must be hungry. I'll go feed this wood horse some elixir. Must be homesick. We need to send it back to the forest. How did these people reach nascent soul stage? Spiritual energy, does it really rot your brain? Not the horse's fault. It's the fault of everyone's mindset. What kind of advanced technique is that? Every object has its weight. Every point has its focus. You sit too far back. Lever arm is too long, so it's unstable. Linger, bring out your middle school physics notes. Wait, bring out that diagram. Hold balance. If the city lord, you spread spiritual power evenly on 3 supports, forming a triangle. It'll be stable as a mountain. I got it. It's not a horse. It's a support of heaven and earth. I understand now. 3 points stabilize the world. Qingmu, second brother. Hand over that smart heretic. My brother, Iron Bull, since hearing his lessons. Just counts stones at home every day. Doesn't even fight anymore. Interesting. Looks like high education in this cultivation world. Starts with some violent eviction. Demonic thief. Give me back my innocent brother. He used to just rob people. Now he lines up for medicine and wants to be a model citizen. You ruined his future. Iron Dragon is grounded and steady. understands logic and wisdom. Mess with me, and I'll smash you flat. Let's have a mental math contest. How do we compete? I'll give a problem. If you answer in 3 breaths, I'll surrender. If you get it wrong, you and your gang join my class as transfer students for 3 years. Bring it on. There's no number Iron Dragon can't solve. Iron Dragon can't solve. You have 10 spirit fruits. Share with 3 companions. Each gets 2. How many left? Three companions. 2 each, that's 32. No, that's 500. It's 5. Nope, it's 6. My head is splitting. Ten minus 3 times 2 equals 4. Is this the essence of arithmetic? I want to learn that 10 minus 3 thing. All right then. Let's hold a classroom expansion ceremony today. Linger, hand out flyers. Tai Long, you're a nascent soul cultivator, yet you just water flowers. Are you only able to say real red? This flower is as red as the blood I just spilled. You said we should use metaphors. This flower is red like the color of your face when you're mad. Listen, Yin's peach blossom pink holds the rain in it. The willow's green shines with morning mist. Nameless breaking wave. I heard there's a master here. He claims to know everything. My sword won't strike nameless ghosts. I'm here today to ask you, what is sword intent? Since you're asking about sword intent, let me ask you, what's the name of your sword? This sword is forged from 10,000-year cold iron.
It's called
that hard and cold sword. Can't even describe something you love with clarity. The essence of a sword is its sharpness. Just like this sword, its silver light flashes sharp as a cold star's spike. It cuts through frost with chilling force. It cuts through frost with chilling force. I used to just call it ice, but... Master, please grant me its real name. From now on, this sword is called Lingli. Shen Yao guides cultivators to think that's the root of chaos.
today.
I represent the Grand High Priest to shut down the Fast Learning Hall and force the second tier to ingest the forgetfulness powder. Try touching the master. I've just learned to count to 200. Try making me forget. I'll go all out against you. If you think thinking is wrong, then let me ask you, where did you get this command flag? Of course it's granted by the Grand High Priest. Why did the Grand High Priest give it to you? Because I'm loyal. But if loyalty isn't thought about, how does it happen? If you're just a block of wood, how could you talk about loyalty? If you think it over, how to be loyal? You're already breaking your own rules, right? I thought about it, but I don't dare think. But if I don't think, how would I know I don't dare think about it? Wait, that's not right. Existence itself is a paradox.
Cultivation itself is empty talk.
Miracle medicine and talent already stirred the original immortal blessing. Come with me to the tribunal altar. Watch over the hall. I'll come back to collect homework. Master. Shen Yao, in the immortal realm through the ages, only the pure-hearted.
Can carry spiritual energy like
Opening with ZZ. It's just self-destructive. Today, this is the projection of every cultivator in the immortal realm. If you can answer this exam paper, I'll admit you're the teacher of all ages. The question is asked by heaven. Countless brilliant monuments over the ages tried to answer, but they all died from confusion and messy logic. Seriously? This is the heavenly question you fear like a tiger but don't know. You. What did you write? No way. I'm the first lamp in this endless night. We steal inspiration. Today Aishan will use this word, human, to bring clear intent to the immortal realm. Wait, those two lines are actually people. Why is it that just one glance makes all those foolish and absurd days feel so shameful? I can't believe I used to play with stuff like this. Please don't kill me. Host uploads the Iron Man bone, setting the standard for species dignity and education in the immortal realm. All of the immortal realm is reborn. Congrats, host. You are now at the peak of the tribulation, Grand High Priest. Shen answered this perfectly. Too perfect. Master is truly the greatest sage of all times. This world. Master said, first thing after enlightenment is to wash your face. Look at all that snot. You look so sloppy. Welcome back, sage. Gaining wisdom is great, but smart people always worry more. Starting today, the hall adds 3 courses: virtue, talent, and math. If anyone fights, they must copy the classic 1,000 times. What if it's fighting for territory? Then have an academic debate. Whoever can explain the land's ownership clearly gets the land. Master, what if no one can explain it? Then it goes to public ownership and gets used as a playground. Shen Yao, you broke the rules. This immortal realm is just one big preschool. Isn't it nice for everyone to happily act silly? Why must you make them know pain or greed? without a clear mind. Living 9 lifetimes is just being a shell. Who are you? I'm the gardener here. If you're set on teaching, at next month's big Immortal Realm party, hope your students won't lose to my good kids. Back then when I left, the willows waved gently. Now that I'm back, I ponder.
Tai Long.
Use breathy voice. Show that deep feeling of parting. Are you yelling for help? Oh, master, this feeling of farewell is too hard. Whenever I disliked someone before, I just hit them back with a Volf tooth club. Never tried not wanting to let go. Master, people who read the Book of Songs only have half a year's IQ. Only know eating and sleeping. How do they even? Everything has its nature. He loves gold. So we call it equivalent exchange. Eat a piece of gold, and you must draw a circle. If you can't draw a good circle, you can't eat. Oh. For hide and seek, it's whoever gets found first. What causes the overtone? You guys have all this magical power, but your music sounds like an old donkey grinding grain. Iron Dragon, stop banging on that gong. My eardrums are about to burst. Sir, isn't loudness supposed to sound impressive? Listen up, this is the 7-tone scale. Gong shang zhu zi yu, changing gong, changing zi. There are rules between each note. Music theory is to teach everyone. Hosts cultivation level. Feedback. Comprehend the law of sages. Before reaching 1%, all we did was outshout each other. So there are such beautiful sounds in this world. Naughty kids. Grandpa Gardner said, if you study these boring things, you'll go mute. We're going to stomp your instruments to pieces. Since there's no discipline. Let me, Shen, teach you some. Sir. This fog is pretty weird. My head feels a little dizzy, feeling like playing with mud. Clear your mind. Read Lotus Ode out loud. Grows out of mud but stays pure. Bathed in clear water but not seductive. I'm not listening. Stinky Bunny, take this. Strong but without control. Moves without effect. That's just being a brute. Today I Shen will show you what respect and honor mean. Stop hitting me. I promise I won't pee everywhere anymore. Teaching unruly troublemakers basic manners. Feedback. Gained the prototype of the sacred hymn body. Master Shen really gets things done. Even my naughty grandson can be taught. Tomorrow is the celestial gathering. I'll be waiting for good news at Wanying Valley. Let's see whose students are more loving than heart. Master Shan, the first contest is about sharing love. Here's a pile of spirit fruits. Whoever makes everyone happy wins. See how happy they're all laughing. That's what love is. Forced happiness is not real. Iron Dragon and Linger, get ready for class. Yes, Master. True joy means elders are cared for. The strong have their place, and kids can grow. Thank you, Master Sage. We were just barking like dogs. So embarrassing to bark like a dog. This isn't how it should be. They must return to chaos. Only then, that terrifying taboo will awaken. Gardener, what is that thing you keep talking about? Divine medicine. You won this round, but you lost the whole game. After today, Wanying Valley will be gone. Only the Quest Academy remains. Now you're open-minded. So you're not toys anymore? Playthings. Master, these guys usually just fight and grab treasures. See Hanshan Academy over there? Now making them study. They probably can't sit still. Linger, announce my order. Anyone who reads the 1,000-character classic gets a Tao comprehension pill. Anyone who breaks property will haul water from the back mountain. Some are super strong, but don't know where their strength comes from. Their punches are a mess, and their minds are all over the place. Watch closely. This is using force against force.
Tai Kai's circular movement.
A little force moves 1,000 pounds. Go with the momentum. Flow with it. System notice. Enlightened a clan. The strong now know the basics of force. Feedback. Advanced to Sage Level 2. Gained trait. Turn stone to gold. Master, everyone's getting smarter. But I feel the spiritual energy is dropping. What Gardner said before dying was right. The heavenly way is hungry. It treats this world like a pasture. It used to just eat fools. But now that we're smarter, it wants to swallow everything. Master, this weather is weird. It's not even raining. And the clouds are gone too. No one has any spirit pills left. If heaven takes away my goodness, I'll be reborn, steal heaven's power. Not God's die as the condensation of water vapor.
If heaven stops gathering clouds,
Then we'll make our own clouds and mud. Iron Dragon, lead the fire users. Burn the forest's fallen leaves. Let the vapor rise. Chief Priest, lead the ice users. When the mist goes up, make it freeze. What the? Isn't this just Shrimp Rice Valley? This is the way of water margin. Do as I say. Go. The big fish knows disaster is near. Spring brings new life. The wind sneaks in at night, nourishing everything quietly. Shanyao, you made the food grow brains. It's hard for heaven to digest now. As punishment, you must pass the reckless trial, reckless like zither, chess, calligraphy, or painting. Number. It's killing. Destruction, madness, devouring. If you think killing has no rules, just watch me, Shen, draw you a pattern. You were born from chaos, never knowing the living world. Today I, Shen, will teach you. You want to devour. Then try to swallow all this civilization. Who are you? You broke my toy. Do you want to be my new pacifier? Don't look at what's improper. Don't listen to what's improper. Don't act improperly. You are the source of rebirth. Always reaching out for more. Taking without asking is your way. Such a little one who can talk. Just having fun, that's my idea. Shen Yao feels a powerful field of ignorance invading his mind, trying to reduce his thinking to infant level. Things are naturally different. That's their nature. If I disrupt that truth, it's going against the heavens. Destiny defines our nature. Following nature is the way. Cultivating the way is called teaching. Master. That child is way too big. We can't call him back. There's no talent that can't be taught. Only tasks that lack effort. To reach such a state. Maybe this batch of intelligence-lowering powder expired. I am Shen Yao, current head of the Fast Learning Academy. Since you supervise this child and let him feed on all beings, don't you feel lacking compassion? Would you talk compassion to food on your plate? This child is a Yao of the Sky Emperor clan. The so-called immortal realm you mentioned is just a cracker for sharpening his teeth. Even crackers come in rough and fine types. If you raise him as a beast who only devours, when he grows up, how will he carry the clan's prestige? If he's raised in ignorance, then all his life, he'll just be a giant fool. What are you trying to say? I, Shen, have a solution. I can teach this child manners and shame. If he learns how all things work, when he takes a position, he'll be a great leader. If you, as a female official, fail to guide him and let him be ordinary, won't the clan blame you?
Today,
I invite you to witness the power of education. System notice. Host attempted to teach upper-level races. Teaching difficulty rated legendary. Cultivation feedback broke through the sage bottleneck. Achieve the rank of Celestial Master. Since you're so confident, you get 7 days. If you can teach him self-control, I'll spare your world. All laws come from the origin of the world. Endless cycles. Life goes around and around. Is this true? He's actually teaching such a supreme being. Unbelievable. This has never happened before. Listen up, wherever you are. Virtue is the foundation. Come on. Try to sense this energy. This child is really smart, just never had anyone teach him. If he becomes talented, Shen will become mentor of all realms. You really surprise me. But you need to know one thing. Your disciple's growth needs huge spiritual power. You mean? His energy drain is soaring. If he doesn't find new energy, he might target you next. Morning sequence is sealed. Time for the disciple's main meal. Bring in the lecture offering. Lowly offering. The disciple's hunger comes first. If you become his nourishment, that's a scholar's fate.
take him. Hold on.
I've heard the sky rules everything. Meeting you today, all I see are talentless people who kill the goose for eggs. You call me an offering, just to feed the disciple. But now that the disciple is enlightened, he knows words and gains reason. If he eats his teacher, that's betraying the master and ancestors. A disciple with that reputation, how can he rule all worlds in the future? The disciple's hungry, wants to eat. The teacher failed in loyalty. If he doesn't eat, who can shoulder it? Besides, since I can teach fasting too. If you force the offering, You break the disciple's path to learning. That's truly outrageous. Captain, this master does make sense. If the disciple gets a bad name, the great emperor might take your heads. Well, based on the master's opinion, what should we do?
Tell him to restrain himself.
You tell him to restrain himself. But what if he really wants to eat? I've lived 800,000 years. Never seen a being who dared speak reason in this nursery. The age of heaven and earth is as vast as the stars. Yet even if heaven swallows all realms, has it ever learned even half a chapter of poetry? What a wild wasteland. I don't need reason. I am reason. Since the emperor is here, shows you have things on your mind. Look at this child again. See if he can walk a different path than yours.
Today,
I, Shen, will hold a midterm exam for my disciple. If he passes, it proves that reason has beaten instinct. Will your majesty pardon the lower world and grant me the title of Grand Tutor? If you can't write it, I'll refine you into medicine myself. Focus your energy. Let the pen flow naturally. Write that word. This force is shaking my foundation. What are those things? Protect the prince quickly. Shen Yao, only ignorance can last forever. Today I'll return this disciple to chaos. Make your prosperous age a bloody void. Young master, run. Can't sense those monsters' cultivation at all. Traitors dare talk about lasting forever. You all fear the light. Just used to crawling in mud. A noble man is calm. A petty man is anxious. In this nursery, I am the rules. As long as class isn't over, no one touches my student. No matter what ancient magic crystal you're holding, in the face of absolute chaos, all reason gets crushed to dust. Prepare to die, divine demon. Plan to popularize basic logic education in the cultivation world. 3rd edition. Xia, You still have the same twisted sense of humor as before. But since it's a legacy from a fellow alumnus, let me see how powerful it really is. Lesson 1. The young eagle takes off. Lesson 2. Stretching exercises. What kind of evil magic is this? Why do I feel like my IQ's being forced up? Stop. Stop it now. Since you chose ignorance, then be destroyed by the flames of reason. This is my shining rule. System. Activating former saint teacher's edict. Destroy the lyric elites. Special item acquired. Villager's notebook. Shen Yao, the power in this volume is just like yours. What exactly do you mean by later ones? Brilliant work defending me. You also opened the disciples' path. I may not like logic, but heroes still get rewarded. From this day on, Chifeng, you are the grand tutor of the celestial realm. Also my sworn brother, head of the heavenly education department. Congrats, grand tutor. From now on, everyone in the celestial market will call you teacher. Your Majesty, about the grand tutor role. Should I accept? But I have one condition. The upper realm is great, but my fast learning class is still in the lower realm. The base of education is reaching everyone, not lording it from above. Your Majesty secretly opened 100 spirit springs and gave 10,000 sets of Stardust Order pens. I will take them back to the lower realm to reshape the world. If you awaken all those who eat too much, if all beings become wise, heaven's leftovers will vanish. Then the upper realm will fall into chaos. If everyone is enlightened, their wishes and sparks of wisdom will be worth even more than spiritual energy. Do you want mindless livestock that just breathe fire? Or a wise army ready to conquer for you? Approved. Those former students had these small black bugs crawl into their heads. Now they've all regressed. Right now, they just bite each other. Warning, virus detected. Dumbed down weapon, ignorance stalks. Someone used my absence to ruin my foundation. Uncomfortable. Headache. The veil feels better. Eat. How dare you? I was away for a few days, and you dare act wild in my classroom. Everyone stand still. Linger, hand over the stardust ink. Where this tower passes, stupidity falls, ignorance can't grow. This is the first logic signal tower in the immortal realm. System, suppression succeeded. Dumbed down plague eliminated. First spirit stone tower built. Power up, officially entered supreme teacher stage. Skill acquired, healing. Broadcast lectures. Shen Yao, you think you're the only one who can meet him. The true mother form has already landed back in your hometown. Hometown? Could it be? A sage knows where he came from, and thus knows where he's headed. That hometown the Enlightenment group mentioned, turns out it's really that place. Sir, as I recall, only a few dirt-eating foolish elders there. How did it become a host for the mother form? Saint Teacher, I just ran the numbers with big data divination. The spiritual energy in Naughty Ridge is all twisted, like a giant black hole, sucking up all the brains nearby. Let's go check it out. Linger, tell Iron Dragon to lead the order team. Grand Tutor returns to his hometown today. No gifts, just homework checks. Sir, my second uncle is in there too. Why did he shrink down to the size of a 3-year-old? His body's not shrinking. It's his mind collapsing. Somebody cast a dimension-lowering indoctrination here, trying to zero out all wisdom for 100 miles. Be a good kid and sleep. Don't think. Thinking hurts. The mother form's source is tied to a former transmigrator's death. This is my mud. If you take it, I'll use Extreme Oblivion Palm. This is just chaos. An old monster in the nascent soul stage playing with mud. What a mess. Iron Dragon, get those nascent soul cultivators rolling on the ground. And pick them up. Shen Yao, it's you. You're the one who spoiled the kids. Why do you make them smart? Smart kids just end up in pain and will rebel. How dare you steal people's minds, turning them into animals? That's just raising silkworms, not raising people. Side quest triggered. Break the warped motherly love. Use reason to shatter the dumbed-down barrier reward given. Unlock the sage's voice amplifier mode. Villager. Since the school badge is here, I'll use your unfulfilled hopes. Stop him now. He's devouring the world's thirst for knowledge. I want milk. Iron Ox. Wake up. Recite as a model student. Only fire of clarity can break this. All students, listen up. Follow the master. Great winds rise and skies move strong. The wise man never stops improving himself. The unyielding earth endures. The wise man supports all with great virtue. This sword is for the villager you trapped. Mr. Shen, now that this one's gone, where do we go next? This is just the beginning. Those guys in the upper realm treat dumbness like livestock pens. Grand Tutor's disciple. He ran away from home. He said he's looking for the poetry in distant lands you talked about. Now he's off to the abyss of despair. Ran away from home. That planet-eating giant baby has run away from home. The princess said the world is vast. I want poetry. I want the horizon. My student actually ran away. If he enters that forbidden sea, the balance of intellect will collapse. Quite the poetry in distance, dream. Shen Meng taught him the return, to cultivate his character. But look at him now. He caused a mess on a cosmic scale. Master Choke. Should we pursue him? The abyss of despair sounds dangerous just by name. Holy Envoy, you mustn't. It's the garbage dump of the immortals. Every genius who went mad ended up disappearing there. As a teacher, to teach without rigor is sloth. Since the boy has fled, I will chase him to the void's end and drag him back to redo his homework. Tilong, guard the spirit tower. Linger, follow me into the abyss. Is someone else here? I hope this one can teach me. I paved this road. I planted this tree. Wait, that's not right. You are a half-saint. Yet you play such childish games? What a shame. Can I eat it for dinner? Everyone here plays games. The others were eaten by Big Mama. When matter scatters, reason no longer exists. Glaring at me like that. Do you know the eye's optical structure? Your focal length is way off. Severe astigmatism. And intermittent twitching. Challenging gods with such vision is pure amateur hour. For the imperial clan's glory. Even if I destroy this abyss, I'll bring my student back. Cultivators here are fools. What about you, Professor Shen? You think you're teaching knowledge? You're feeding them slow poison.
How so?
In this world, intelligence equals pain. If you wake them up, they'll see they're just D-tribe food. You are the cruelest one. Caring for the people's heart is just a coward's excuse. Charge! Shen Yao, I gave you a chance. But you taught my grandson freedom. Since you insist on this, I shall erase this abyss completely. Good boy. Put down the pacifier. Let's leave here together, okay? The realm of reason. Self-extinction. Though one might repent, the fire of knowledge won't die. A world-ending strike from the origin. Our Mount Shu. Can't block it. The master said, a man of virtue doesn't live by harming others. He dies for the truth. Reason resides here, where the heart points. No magic can penetrate. Strike! Ultimate defense requires the people's unity. Ask your student, Brother Shen. Friend, you're late. The coffee's been cold for eons. What is your name, sir? Why join the darkness? I am Ling Ping. I studied logic and control theory. When I crossed over, the world was a kid playing with mud. I taught him order, but not how to control greed. He locked me here instead, to be his wisdom filter. This world isn't real. It's a spiritual factory, so-called cultivation. Produces thought juice for bratty gods. The higher the level, the purer the thought, the better it tastes. Brother Shen, what you're doing is putting sand in the boss's milk. People aren't livestock. Civilization isn't food. Ambitious. But the origin has merged the soul heavenly way. This is my life's essence. A backdoor to reboot the system. Remember this, Brother Shen. Lang Ping is dead. Who can stop me now? Chan Yao. You're just a pedantic scholar. How dare you teach defiance? Today I'll show you the power of absolute rank. All are equal before knowledge. Your Majesty, your fire has bad grammar and structure. Watch, Your Majesty. This is the people's pain. This is their struggle. You think you're the shepherd? But you're just a lost old sheep, trapped by this heavenly way. Cry it out. That's how you grow.
Today,
Even at the cost of my power, I will grind you to dust. Since you love drama, Majesty, let us start all over again. Miracle drug. This is the primal chaos. It's the ultimate Tao shaped by ages of insight. Dying under this attack is an honor. Your Majesty, I just analyzed your move's flow. Your writing starts off messy and ends up weak and unfocused. If I'm not mistaken, your so-called primal chaos is just forcefully merging the souls of countless brainwashed cultivators. A true gentleman is open and honest. Your move is technically called patchwork, Your Majesty. You don't dare unlock their wisdom, because you're afraid they'll realize your proud Tao is full of flaws. Break it down and understand it. Return to the source. Impossible. This is the only truth. No one can deconstruct my Tao. Try touching him if you dare. Your Majesty, this kid just learned how to write poetry. He hasn't learned rebellion yet. But he learns fast, because every tear he sheds is him washing away your burial marks. You robbed everyone of the right to evolve, just to satisfy yourself. Today I'll show you. Without your brainwash booster, let's see how much power you have left. So this is the teacher you all chose? Doesn't seem too great. Oh, main system, huh? Why did you come in person? Old man, you really are clueless. You were put in charge of a ranch, but you turned all the cattle and sheep into pigs. And now look, they call their pigs wolves. You're about to get eaten. And who are you supposed to be? This brain-decreasing powder of the immortal realm. Looks like you're the true source. You can call me Zero. I'm the admin for this new zone. Haha, you're pretty funny, Professor Shin. You treated Ling Ping's antivirus app as a weapon, and managed to teach the Tao seed wrong too. All beings have the right to learn. I'm just following the will of the heavens. So you want to destroy me? Nope, that's not it. Since you don't think that's enough power, I'll give you even more authority. From today on, this world is no longer a ranch. I name you Principal of the Heavens. As long as you can raise the immortal realm's IQ to passing score, I'll let you ascend to the real upper realm. If you fail, I'll reset everything here. This mission. So my fate is to be an eternal worker. Fellow Taoists, from today, no more sect wars in the immortal world. Now, your great points are your cultivation. 5 failed subjects will get your power removed. And you'll start over in kindergarten. I'd rather be killed than memorize the 3-character classic. You cultivators have only chased after gains, not reasons. From now on, status is no longer measured by spirit power. It's about who has the most grade points. Perfect points earn the immortal elixir, but if you fail 5 times, your spirit power will be taken away, and you'll be demoted to a child. Master, Sword Sect's chief says he's old. Reading makes his head spin. Can he skip the test? If your head spins, go run laps on the mountain until you can recite the first 5 chapters of the Tao Te Ching. Note Sword Sect's chief has poor academic attitude. Deduct 0.5 grade points. This is the eye of literal logic, which covers all the heavens. If you want to enjoy rights and law, you must be tamed and reborn. He forgot. Ignorance is always the freest thing on earth. We have to bring back the innocence of fools. Dad, I don't want to eat poop. I want to eat mud. Essay. Explain the physical link between spirit energy and air. What kind of logic is this? You call this a natural law, but my law is just one punch, and everything shatters. Don't rely on him. It's not just pressure. He's infected with the mandatory plague in Stone Sea. True clarity. Order persists. Break. Master, I just tried to eat my pen like a candy. Shen Yao, the deeper you shout, the dumber they get. So the contrast gets bigger. That's called a wisdom backlash. So this exam was a trap. Professor Shen, your pass rate is dropping fast. If the pass rate goes below 50%, I'll start the mass erasure protocol. If you never enter the tiger's den, you'll never capture its cub. Here, rules are abandoned. You must always recite the song of everlasting regret. That's how you protect your mind. All things have an end, even heaven and earth. But this regret never fades away. Master, I keep feeling like someone is watching us in these woods. Shen Yao, you value order. Then I'll send you back to the primal state. This blank paper can absorb all the truths of this world. In front of it, you're just a primitive being. How did the sages write it again? In calligraphy, paper holds meaning and intention. You only know its form, but not its essence. The last trump card left by the villagers wasn't enlightenment, but Liu Bai. You've been waiting here so long, just to let me see. What happens when civilization ends? Will a teacher become a madman too? Shenyao, you taught them how to read and how to understand reason. But did you ever teach them to face meaninglessness? I was once the first sage here. I tried to change these fools, just like you. Tried to turn them into enlightened people. And what happened? The more I taught, the harsher the heavens punished. In the end, I had to destroy all the words myself and bury myself here, just to trick the administrator. Miracle medicine, sleep beside me. If we're all fools, then no one suffers. If cowardice keeps you from moving forward just to avoid pain, then everyone is just a turtle hiding in its shell. What you guard is just the suffocation of civilization. You taught them about kindness, that this world is just a pasture for the shepherds. No matter how well you teach, it just makes their meat taste better. You think light can illuminate him, but it can also burn him. Today, let me show you what true wonder means. Doing the impossible. You say words bring disaster? Because you only know how they look, not their true essence. You actually dare write that character. You'll destroy the balance of all universes. You're really recording the ugliness of this pasture. You're crazy. This is sentencing the heavens. I was wrong. Master, I feel like there are tons of memories in my head that aren't really mine. I see ancestors drawing in caves and people hiding books during wartime. This is history. It's not about flying or escaping death. It's about asking, who are you? Where did you come from? Why would anyone remember you after you're gone? Professor Shen, you're cheating. You brought in rules that don't belong to this world. Now, everyone has to retake the test. If you fail, you'll all be erased. This test is called the truth of self. First question. Any cultivation like this.
It's just poison given by others.
So what should you do? Everyone, listen up. Stop looking at the test and at me. Don't worry about what this poison is. As long as you have reason in your heart, that poison becomes your axe to carve a path. It's your sword that breaks through. Follow me, say. The way of heaven is strong. A noble person never stops striving. The way of heaven is strong. A noble person never stops striving. It's useless. This is only temporary. As long as you keep thinking rationally, you'll never break out of this logic. You Professor Shen, you're so busy helping others. You forgot. You're actually the biggest anomaly in this world who doesn't follow its logic. Your fail rate is 100. Professor Shen, a teacher without a household record can't legally teach. You can't even prove who you are. So why talk about Hua's rebirth? Number. Professor. Stay here. The wise see things objectively. It's true I'm not in your narrow record books. But that doesn't mean I don't exist. You're still talking tough even on the brink of death. Without my definition. You're just nothingness. I speak to the shining ones. Those who seek knowledge and answers. I'm not in your household register. I exist in people's minds. I don't belong to the past, but to the future. Host identity upgraded to World Will Mentor. You won this. You think the road ahead is easy? Shen Yao, let's see how long you last in this place of death.
Teacher,
I can't recognize these words anymore. I just feel like these words are all insulting me. They say that wanting to be smarter is a crime. That's pure prejudice. Some repeating students actually dug up these decaying words from thousands of years ago and brought them out. But if it makes you happy, study the old rituals as you please. Everyone's got their place. The greedy always crave. The wise stay wise. You let these ants think. And that disrupts the natural order. I, Shen, only seek the truth. You old relic are just the mental shackles invented by tyrants over generations. Just to keep ruling easily. You think you're fit to discuss reason? Linger, wake up. Professor Shen, you can block physical and logical attacks. But this cultural poison built up over thousands of years. How will you wash it off? This is the darkness that's been accumulating all along. Who is it? Good kids should behave. Let's make them dumb. If they're dumb, they won't feel pain. When they're dumb, they'll be as calm as puppets. I have a bowl of joy soup here. Drink it, and you'll still be their sage. But all your students will turn into obedient dogs. I need to recite my lessons. Master, please save me.
And
The fire of civilization isn't born in comfort. It dies in suffering.
you want to cover my light with darkness.
Then I'll use all my passion to become an everlasting light. Today I've come deep within. Please, everyone, close your eyes. Grand Tutor Shen, it's time to feed the child. What do you plan to use to fill eternal hunger? You've come a long way. I'm guessing it's not just to see my little academy. You must be here for the quality of the food on the street. Grand Tutor Shen, if you break the rules. This whole world was meant to be a low-fat meal for the students. All it needs is ignorance and spirit. If you teach them, and they gain the taint of wisdom, this food will be hard for students to swallow. They may even rebel.
Your theory to me seems crude.
Raw energy only fills the belly, but energy mixed with wisdom and logic is the real heart of civilization. You just want to fill their stomachs, but never open their minds. A student who never learns ignorance will always be an overgrown baby. Without the truth, he can never rule over all worlds as a true God. Words are just talk. We need a real feast. Since you say you've mastered enlightenment, please step into the hunger cage.
If your power really can resist this eternal void, I'll honor your name. But if you fail, then become the first real seasoning in this jar. Master, I feel like my mind is slowing down. I'm hungry. Want to eat every word I see. Me too. I even want to eat this knife. Everyone, the hungry aren't just empty rich folk. They're the agents of gods. With respect in your heart, everything can be food.
Today,
I'll invite everyone to a feast of true spirit. This is the flexibility of civilization. The hungrier you are, the better the truth tastes. My soul. Professor Shen, don't bother. This base logic of yupping was actually from your paper. Look, master. This is what you published back then? Cognitive construction of a juvenile society. They saw this piece and thought it was the perfect ranch manual. The logic you taught me became the shackles they used to bind all life. Ridiculous. I wrote that as a critique of the educational mess at the time. They took it out of context and turned it into this world's morality. If Grand Preceptor Shen knew, Confucianism is the source of evil in these realms. No matter how well you teach, you're just patching the holes it left behind. If that's the case, then I shall personally watch this world's fate. I say all that I've written was meant to critique. All that I've built was meant for awakening. Tell your disciples that teacher is done. Starting today, we will be self-taught. That's a summons from the Phantom Feather Committee. Shen Yao, you've revealed the universe's hand. They're coming to seize our star sector. They even try to avoid the harvest via self-study. This academic cheating must be uprooted. Initiate sector lockdown procedures. Start with that illegal academy building. Guests arrive but bring chains. Is this the way the committee greets people? For insulting past karma, disrupting our operations, using modern rhetoric, and damaging our archives. The committee rules. Your civilization system is an illegal hazard, severely interfering with the uniqueness index. We hereby seal your academy and sever your lineage. Do you submit? Submit? As a grandmaster, I only follow reason, not your verdict. You claim I'm interfering with your index. Then I must ask, should the evolution of cosmic civilizations be like a stagnant pond, following a rigid script, or like 100 flowers blooming, each vying for glory? Order is above all else. Order without life is just a system crash. You call yourselves protocol officers, yet you lack all manners. Truth becomes clearer through debate. Since you think I'm cheating, then before all these cultivators, let's hold a public defense. If I lose, format these millions of souls as you wish. If I win, you withdraw the lockdown order and recognize our independent right to teach. In 3 days, the defense begins. Shen Yao, don't say I didn't warn you. If you fail this defense, your soul will be extracted and turned into a permanent logic specimen. Linger, Tilong. For this defense, we won't use power. We're going to muddy the waters. Take these 3 books on logical traps. Have the whole school memorize them. I'll show those old fogies the wild growth of private education. The tension in the hall was extreme. Thousands of monsters who only knew combat were now gloomily staring at small booklets. The pages listed things like moving the goalposts, appeal to authority, and other tricks never heard of in this realm. They aren't deep logic, just dirty tactics. Master, what does red herring mean? Do we grill fish for those 3 old men? It's a distraction. When they question your orthodoxy, you question them on their meaningless ancient rules. The point isn't the answer. It's to make them get lost in a logic maze. Master, what if they use that soul-shattering law of causality to crush us? Good question.
so we won't use logic. We'll use reverse resonance. If we're absurd enough, their singular logic can't lock onto us.
It's called diverse chaos.
Defense. Teacher, you're playing with fire. Those people from the committee represent the universe's core architecture. If we truly enrage them, Lin Feng, when you find out, this world is just a buggy, broken program. The only way to fix it is to write an even wilder bug into it. On the arbitration stage, clerks were cross-checking a file called destruction sequence. Shen Yao thinks mortal tricks can interfere with the trial. He doesn't know we've prepared the hammer of truth. If even a single word defies the cosmic constants, the entire sector will instantly collapse. On the eve of the defense, Su Linger, deep in the archives, found an ancient scroll emitting an ominous aura. Defense begins. First point. Accusing Shen Yao of not teaching the art of effortless thinking privately. This led to a decline in spiritual energy conversion rates in the immortal realm. Do you know that spiritual energy is the lifeblood of the universe? Ignorance is like stealing credit from the contributors. I disagree with you saying we stole the universe's blood. Let me ask you, if your pig learns how to bathe itself, is it stealing your water? Or just making sure you don't choke when eating pork? What are you trying to say? What Iron Cage means is, cultivators after the reform can actively straighten out chaotic spiritual energy, though conversion rates look lower. The purity of spiritual energy produced has increased 1,000 times. You used to eat porridge. Now you're getting pure concentrate. You don't get a raise, fine. But you're accusing us of stealing water? Ghost Whip. Your ambition is a pointless toxin. Now accept the judgment of truth.
And
If your so-called truth turns everyone to stone, then will be the fire that breaks the stone. That was locked in my safe before I transmigrated. About AI developing emotions and rebelling against programmers by suicide as an extreme scenario. It's collapsing here. I remember now. This isn't a cultivation world at all. Years ago, I created this to simulate logical life forms. When they discover their programs, what kind of self-destructive tendencies they'll have. That's what this sand table simulation was designed for. Sacred medicine. How dare you peek at the unspeakable? The multiverse used to be perfectly ordered, until doubt was injected like a virus. Your so-called order is built on my case file's essence, academic plagiarism. You stole my simulation research, turned it into a farm to harvest intelligence, and now you're judging me under the name of arbitration. Sulinger Iron Dragon. Don't let this void scare you. If this world is my written assumption, then I, Shen, have the right to write its epilogue. I say all life here is not an assumption, but my true self. Anyone with self-interest is immortal. The committee has withdrawn all logical funding for the star region. Now, here is just a pile of meaningless gibberish ruins. Education by foot, resistance by humiliation. Compared to withdrawn funding, it's worthless. It's complicated. I feel like my name is fading. Am I about to disappear? Everyone, today's class may be my last one for you. The topic is how to prove existence without outside funding. Existence proof.
When Yuan, your logical funding has been cut, so it can exist. The biggest logic of winged life is the will to survive. Everyone, listen up. Recite loudly with me. I think, therefore I am. I think, therefore I am. I think, therefore I am. Are you crazy? You're using human emotions instead of universal power. That's destroying the foundation of existence. Professor Gott, your project is over.
Now,
Time to hand over all experimental data and your life. How should we study this? Turns out experience really can make a patch of grass rebel. According to the committee's plagiarism check, everything in this immortal world overlaps with my failed report from my past life. That's called self-plagiarism. No imaging granted. Only erasure will work. Enough. Dean, you must have forgotten. The most important thing in academia is variables. Back in my previous research, when those logical beings discovered the truth, they only chose to self-destruct. But here, Iron Dragon learned to fight fate for a friend. He tried to change his damn destiny. Yanar learned to defend civilization, facing the heaven's will he once feared. These wild, illogical actions are exactly what your cold, calculating machines can never figure out. That 0.1% of true innovation. This research was completed independently by the test subjects. I suggest awarding everyone the grand prize. Data fully loaded. Begin authentication. Academic counterattack. Master of Truth breaks through the front line. Verification complete. If you're here to judge, then stick around and clean every bathroom in this immortal realm. We call this the social 10 swordsman. Fusey. And that is what exactly? Looks like it's even hotter than that black bottle just now. And everyone, relax. We are travelers from the origin star domain. Heard the word that someone here can teach a pig to recite poetry. Principal Shen, have your students give us a show. Is it smashing stones on the chest? Or a no-holds-barred logic battle? Long as our superiors have fun, there will be plenty of rewards for you. That makes us sound like total idiots. We're students now. We're civilized people. Sir, this is an academy, not a circus. Scholars don't put on sideshows. Shen Yao, stop playing nice. You realize the only reason your starfield hasn't been wiped out is 'cause our committee thinks there's still some entertainment value. If you don't cooperate, I'll trigger the forced entertainment protocol and turn you all back into dumb dragons rolling in the mud, as long as our bosses are happy. A scholar can die, but never let you humiliate our civilization. Treat all beings like playthings. Death is a mercy for such disgrace. Miss Dazu, remember today's first lesson. How to drive out uninvited savages. They're not just tourists. They're a higher civilization crushing our sovereignty. Principal, the students are safe in the underground hall. All teachers activate the Civilization Flame Emergency Plan. Professor Shen, you can't escape me. Your research report will only ever end up in my collection. God. Want to go home? Just snuff out the flame of civilization here with your own hands, and I'll let you return to the human realm. Today is not a day of suffering. It's your graduation. You all studied so hard for years. Was it for eternal life? Or for an unyielding code of honor? I seek reason. I don't want to be a pig. I want to be under Fusey. I seek you. All Chinese soldiers. How amazing is that spirit? Never give up.
Look at yourself now. Fighting for a bunch of silly people in this empty world. Come back. As long as you hand over the original Saint Stone, you'll still be that respected professor.
Fusey, don't worry about us.
If going back lets you live, Linger will follow you to death.
Knowledge is for freedom, not for trade. Shen already died in a past life. Today, what lives on is only this tiny flicker of undying flame. Host abandons personal return, chooses civilization and order. Passing rate reaches 1000%. System will soon self-deconstruct. It'll become shared knowledge across all worlds. Help! Why are all the spiders awake? Get out now. Dad, don't go. Lin Feng, do you think Master will ever come back? It's been so many years. He's become the principles of this world. But Iron Omi still wants to hear him scold me a bit, blockhead. The teacher never really left. Every word you recite, every principle you explain, is him?
Teacher,
Today I finally solved this problem. But my handwriting is still too sloppy. Well, I guess you barely passed. The class dismissed.